So, good evening. This is Daksh. I am the founder of Blub World magazine, which basically creates content for teenagers. So, we basically work on the concept of teens inspiring teens. And since the lockdown started, we have been trying to create, and from time to time, we do create industry white papers around K-12 sector, that how are schools performing and what all innovations of different sorts are happening in schools at different points of time. And right now we are all experiencing a very new kind of a situation, which is a lockdown. So in this situation, the best thing or the best way forward for an educationist is to find solutions to the problems that we have. Because as an educationist, our responsibility is not just to decipher education, but also to build the next knowledge bank that the world would need. So we are trying to collate and collect the best innovations and ideas that schools are using right now during this lockdown in their institutions to stay connected with their students and keep this learning continued. This today is the 21st session of these talks. We have done nearly 20 sessions of these, and more than 150 school leaders have participated till now. And we have got some amazing ideas which we are daily uploading on our social media pages. You can go and check there. The idea is numbered, and who has contributed the idea, it's with the name of the school, that what are they doing right now. So till now we have got amazing ideas from across nearly 60 geographies. We have people coming in from UK, we had people from Nepal, we had from India, from different countries and different geographies altogether. Just to give you an idea of the kind of thoughts and innovations that we've been receiving till now, there's a very small village called Padua in West Bengal. They are doing an amazing innovation in their school. They don't have good internet. So what are they doing to continue learning? They have asked their students to create a custom dictionary at home where they add 5 new words to it every day. And once the school reopens, they bring that dictionary to school. Continuing learning without internet. There's one school in Agra which has asked its pre-toddlers to do a video call to their teacher every day and sing a new song. So learning in a very different mode. DPS Nagpur, because they were teaching academics and controlling and monitoring children on a Zoom call was getting very difficult. So DPS Nagpur has started asking the parents to sit with the kid during the whole classroom so that the kid is monitored. And it's also a good customer relationship mechanism where your parent gets to experience what's going on in the school. So we've got some amazing ideas from a lot of principals. So today we are expecting the same from you, that whatever innovation you're doing, try to share it with us. We'll share it with many schools and school leaders during this lockdown so that they can even implement this in their schools. Just yesterday, we had the former principal of Indian Embassy School from Saudi Arabia. He's a national teacher award winner. He gave a very nice idea where, every newspaper or publication has a comic strip. So they've told their students to do a small activity called Cartoons Speak. They've told kids to cut that strip out of the paper, paste that on a plain paper, and then write their interpretation of the joke in their own words. So they're creating those cards with comic strips called Cartoon Speak. So people are doing amazing stuff. Where they have internet, they're doing online classes. Where they don't have internet, they're trying to do other innovations. So I'll speak your name and then it's over to you. Within your speaking slot, please try to give us your introduction first. Second, one learning that you had as an individual during this lockdown. And third and most important, either a vision or idea or innovation that other schools can learn from you. So let's start from Preeti ma'am. Ma'am, over to you for the next 2 minutes. You can unmute your audio and the next 2 minutes are yours.
Okay, thank you so much, Daksh. I'm going to be very quick. I am Dr. Preeti Ojha. I'm working as a principal in a school in Delhi called Delhi International School. We've got 5 branches. We are the senior most, and this is what my introduction goes with. I have been doing this online teaching since the time the lockdown started. Being from the technical background, I had all ideas and I was all very confirmed how good it will be. And with senior children, yes, I did have some kind of problems which could be resolved very soon. But with the primary, had lots of challenges because the entire family is together. So what happens is that everybody needs a guest. Everybody needs their own time, and all of them have their own work to complete. So for the children from nursery to 5, have nobody to help them while the teacher is also explaining. So what happened is that the parents started missing out on that time, and they said, while we are working, my child is also not able to complete the task, which is only once done on the screen and then finishes off. and then they cannot, and they are not used to this learning methodology. So for us as a family, it's getting very difficult. And I'm talking about all the families across. Like it may be a family which is below the poverty line, above the poverty line. Everybody has the same problem. So what we started doing is that we all teachers went on to a small meeting, and we said, what exactly can we do to do some different kind of teaching? So we came on to blended teaching. Now this word seems to be a little different, but now what has happened here, that teachers have themselves recorded, created a link, and send it to the parents in a timetable. So whenever you get time, let the child and you open it together and complete the task. There is nothing to worry that how, when, where, but when you have time, do it with the child. And there's a group that we have made on the WhatsApp where the parents write their queries and the teachers reply them before accumulated time that we have asked them to do. Now, this is how the challenge was. This is how I recovered from the challenge. I'm trying, I'm learning every day a lot of things, and a lot of other problems keep coming in. But the most important thing that I've come out of during this entire program and this entire lockdown process is that technology is just a tool. It cannot replace teaching at all. And I have felt that the human touch, emotion, a cup of tea between the parent and the teacher, and that PTM, and that smile, and that realistic way of talking about a situation which is full of conflicts and then come to a resolution, is not happening technically. It leaves with a lot of confusion sometimes until you don't pick up that phone and talk to the parent directly with those Hindi and English words together. You know, that kind of compassion doesn't come through technology. And I think we have to very soon understand how technology can be only used to teach literacy, but empathy and education that we as generation have got through schools has to come back as soon as possible. I hope I've taken my only 2 minutes and I'm not doing it. Oh, thank you.
Yes, you were quite on time. Thank you so much for sharing those thoughts. And I think one of your ideas will actually go to a white paper, that you are giving time flexibility to all the kids and parents to do their daily tasks, because it's getting very difficult for parents and students to stick to a fixed timetable with Zoom classes. So this is something very small but very innovative that's working very well for you. Thank you for sharing. If there's some more observations you have regarding this, or with providing these kids this time flexibility. So flexible hours. So when you're giving kids those flexible hours with daily tasks, if you find any new observations, any new things that could be added to the idea, please share it with us. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now let's hear it from Raj Dwivedi ji. Raj sir, over to you for the next 2 minutes.
Okay, good evening, sir. This is Raj Dwivedi speaking from Shahjahanpur, UP. I'm working as a principal, and right now the challenge is during the lockdown, that how can we teach to the students. So obviously students, those are coming from the all surroundings, means all mediums, though some are coming from the higher families, some are coming from the very poor families, some are coming of the very medium families. So the challenge is that how can we can make the touch with the students. So first of all, I think according to me, we should collect all the WhatsApp numbers from all the parents, and I inform to my all the teachers that you should upload a lesson over the WhatsApp and send it through the parents, and collect all the feedbacks, that whether the students completed the task and what kind of activity they are doing, and also give it to me feedback. And rest of all things, I am also fully content with the Preeti Oja ma'am. I have heard her very, very well, and she told very well that we should abide all these things. And the one thing which I have learned during this lockdown, that we are all wasting all our energies for the task which is not actually required. So I learned this very well, that we should focus all the attention. We should save our energy and use it for the better task. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Raj sir, for sharing your thoughts on what you've been doing right now during this lockdown. Thank you so much. Just for the people who joined now, what we want you to speak during your 2 minutes is try to share with us your experience, your current profile. Second, one learning that you have got during this lockdown as an individual. And third, most important, an idea or a small innovation that you are doing in your school that other schools can learn from you. So let's now hear it from Hemashri ma'am. Hemashri ma'am, over to you for the next 2 minutes. Raksha ji, please unmute ma'am.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, ma'am.
I am from Kolkata. I am working as the principal of Kalyani Public School. We are also a group of schools. There are 5 more schools all over West Bengal, and I'm heading one of the branches over here in Salt Lake area. So basically, I am also new to the school because I have joined them very recently, just 1 month back. Because prior to that, I was working as a vice principal in the school. So my experience with them is also very limited, but still I'll share with you guys what experience I had in this meantime, because this lockdown period basically started eventually at that point of time only, that time when I joined. So I did not get an opportunity to work with them in upfront with them till now, but on everything, in fact, my entire introduction with the entire team has gone through online mode till now. I've been introduced to the teachers, to other principals and the management, everyone with an online mode. So my experience is totally online at this moment, including giving classes to the students, parents, and the authorities and everybody. So what I can share is the school, what they are doing at this moment is that they did not go for the Zoom classes initially because of the security issues that has come up because of the Zoom app. So we did not go with the Zoom classes in the initial stage. What we started doing is that we uploaded videos through YouTube. In the YouTube channel, the teachers used to teach, and we recorded those teachings and we uploaded the videos. And then in the same way, by forming groups on WhatsApp, we started sending them the worksheets and all, and we started taking the feedback. And the same challenges, whatever Preeti ma'am has said, the same challenges we started facing with the primary children, especially while most of them, they are not settled, they are unable to use all these, what you say, infrastructure or whatever the technologies. Their parents are also not apt most of the time. So what has happening that, to draw their attention and to bring them into this thing is becoming very difficult. Whereas in the senior classes, we have seen pretty good amount of success at the same time. Now the thing is that, what, as you said, what we have learned during this lockdown period, personally what I have learned is that multitasking is the basic funda of this lockdown period that I have personally taken advantage of, because I never knew I've been able to handle so many things at the same time. And when we are at home, we are handling only the school, and when we are back at home, we are handling our home. Here what is happening, we are handling everything at the same time, and that also with equal amount of potentiality. So that is what is surprising me at the same time, that how this multitasking is coming out all of a sudden. But I'm totally enjoying it. But at the same time, yes, this human to human touch, once again, I'm really dying to go and meet my team at the same time, and I'm waiting for that day when I'll be actually able to meet my children, like out of this virtual this one area, and really in the real life, and I'll get to meet them. So that is what I'm looking forward to in this lockdown period. And thank you so much for this opportunity, for allowing me to speak in this platform. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. I think that will be a situation which most of the principals might not have faced, that you joined as a principal during this lockdown. So joining during lockdown is something that would be different. So thank you so much for sharing those thoughts once again. So till now, we've got some amazing ideas coming in from a lot of schools. And I think one of the very nice ideas that Preeti ma'am shared would actually find space in the white paper, that let's introduce time flexibility or flexible hours even for the students and for the teachers, so that they're able to increase productivity and the quality of content or the quality of teaching that they do. And they're not focused on just following a timetable or being time bound on certain activities, because this is a time when just lecture mode won't work. Teachers have to engage kids, and when you go on this platform, you cannot have mundane content delivery, because if you are not able to entertain or engage the kid in a very different way, because here you don't have body language, here your gestures don't work a lot, so what will you do? So the best bet that you have in hand is content delivery that is engaging and attractive for a kid to listen to. So now let's hear it from Negi ma'am. Ma'am, over to you for the next 2 minutes. You can unmute yourself.
So good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Seema Negi from Mumbai. Now, the one big challenge which came overnight was the school was shut, and we have to shift from plan A to plan B. That was from brick and mortar to we have to go to the online mode. Now, online mode was definitely a challenge, but what we started with something called We Connect videos. We Connect videos were wherein class teacher used to address children in the most affirmative manner. Because what we felt is most important during this time and today also is the mental health of the child, because child is locked down in his or her room, and in Mumbai, as you can see, it's all apartment everywhere. So our first and prime focus was their mental health and the social connect. So we ensured that the social connect is maintained through We Connect videos, wherein some children who are in our early school, they used to kiss the mobile screen seeing their teachers. Then we took it a step further, keeping our academics a little slow right now. We started with something called Parent Student Teacher Connect. So this group, what we do, we have a task force, and every day we upload one task per student. For example, if I give you the example of yesterday, the task was to find out all the simple machines that are used at home. It can be a nail cutter, it can be anything which we use, but we never pay heed to it. So the task is again broken into 3 parts. For pre-primary, it is the simplest mode. For 2 to 4, it is little higher level. And then senior grades, it is more higher level. So every day we have one theme and the task revolves around that. Now, this did not end there. Till the end of April, teachers will be giving tasks. And from the month of May, parents will be giving the task. So what we have seen, the best part is empathy. Now, schools and teachers are coming together. They are coming together for the holistic development of their child. So we are breaking that barriers. We are breaking this boundary which were always existing there. So that is what we have done. And one thing that we have seen, which is very visionary and which I feel personally, that whether it's whiteboard or it's blackboard or it's online or it's Zoom or it's Noon or it's anything, it's teachers who can play magic with their personal touch. So their presence cannot be eliminated, and they are the one who are basically there for children. And we have seen it now even more. They have become multitasker. I mean, what we do when we have some sessions, sometimes we just switch off our video and we are doing so many work, but we are always there for teacher. I have seen the best face of humanity right now. So every adversity teaches us something. And one thing we have also learned, that never waste slow down period. If this is slow down period, make the best use of it. That is what all I have to say.
Thank you so much, Negi ma'am. I think your this finding simple machines at home and giving tasks that even parents get engaged with is something innovative. We'll try to share it with a lot of more schools. And just this simple task that you've given today of finding machines is something, again, interesting. Just to give you an example of what more people are doing just with similar tasks is, there's one school in Kathmandu in Nepal. They've started a class called Problem Solving Engineering. They've asked their senior students to go to their mother's kitchen and find what problems she faces every day and give it an engineering solution. And they have to share those solutions with their teachers as a daily activity. So people are doing amazing stuff during this lockdown, and this lockdown has proved to be, a very innovative rejuvenation of K-12. Because
also through your medium, I would like to say that whatever task we have done in our school till now, 16 tasks are over. I will share all the links with you. Please. Anybody who wants to use it or replicate, please do that. It's for students.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's this is what we are trying to do at this moment, because we should all understand that every section of the society has a role to play. For instance, the farmers are right now taking care of your food, yet the retailer is getting it to you. The police is taking care of your security. The doctors are taking care of your health. As educationists, it is our responsibility to take care of ideas and solutions. Sure. It is us who has to give the society the next level of knowledge that they would need in the coming times. Sure. So before we conclude this talk, just to, I want to give you 2 ideas that are some food for thought, so that, once we meet again, we have some more ideas coming in from you. These are 2 observations that we have got while talking to nearly 150 school leaders till now. And I'd like to share those 2 with you. The first one being, most of us are using a lot of ed tech products or education technology products in our schools. They come from different sources. It could be a Google, a Microsoft, a Byju's, or anybody. And what we have observed during these many interactions is most of these education technology products, they are not solving education problems. They are solving communication problems. So once you judge an edtech product, I think you should add the educator's perspective of it before actually using that product. And what kind of things would you need in them? Because these products now have to evolve. And the evolution should come from your brain, not from their brains, because technology cannot teach. Humans have to teach. So, and two of the companies which were not supposed to be education technology companies are right now leading the K-12 sector. The first one being WhatsApp and the second one being Zoom. They were not supposed to be edtech companies, but right now they are enabling education like no other app. And the second part of it, we are right now in a corona world or a lockdown world. And we hope that we will all be there in a post-lockdown or post-corona world. Just try to imagine and think what characteristic changes will this lockdown bring into your student and in your teacher, and the dynamics that you'll have in your class once after all this comes on ground. There'll be a lot of personality changes that have to be taken care of and looked after. And the teacher-student dynamic in the class will change, because as of now, the teacher is doing a one-to-one communication. But once he comes into class, it will again be a one-to-many communication. So I think there'll be new kind of issues, but we'll have to think on those. And as far as students are concerned, with the passage and usage of this much of technology, we have to very seriously think on what skills are actually required in a kid. And are we able to enable those? What we think are there should be two critical skills which have to be taught. The first one being creativity. Creativity, not in the sense of colors and paintings and drawings, but in the sense of observation, in the sense of perceptive analysis, in the sense of critical thinking. And the most important, he has to be given the power to think. He should be made to learn how to think. When you get into a problem, how do you devise a solution? Teach him design thinking, or find other ways where he can actually know different models of thinking, that when you hit a roadblock, how do you go forward? What new you do? How do you do it? Because as on date, the biggest recruiters in our country have frozen their recruitments. Infosys is not doing recruitments. TCS is not doing recruitments. Wipro is not doing recruitments. Jobs have to be reformed, and the kind of skill sets the new jobs will need have to start from the school. And just to add a perspective to it, the second thing that you have to give your kid, or the second skill, would be wisdom. Most of the technology that you give him gives him content and access to the complete internet. And there's nobody to police him. And when there's nobody to police him, you'll have to teach him self-monitoring, and that can only come out of wisdom. So do we, or our teachers, or our current curriculum has the capability to do this? If it does not, how would it build? And what are the steps that we should take to actually teach him these two skills, which are the most difficult to decipher? Even for us, even for adults, it's very difficult to understand how to teach these skills. And will the students take them well, or would they use it? We don't know. So this is the right time when educationists should think on what new will happen in the post-corona world. How will you interact? How would you check the skill sets of a teacher? Because content delivery is no more critical to a teacher. Information, technology can give a student. So what new are you going to give? Find the new skills that you'll need in your teacher. I hope you enjoyed today's talk. If there's anything that's left, or any idea that you are not able to share with us, our team will stay connected with you. We are trying to find India's most creative school. So if your teachers, your students or parents are doing anything creative, share it with us. We'll share it with a lot more people. Thank you so much for joining. If you enjoyed and want to attend the coming sessions, you can open your audio and say a big yes. And then this comes to an end.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.
Yes, very much.
Thank you.